Coach, in the win column in round one. Just start with an opening statement.
Yeah, happy to survive it in advance. Credit to our guys. I thought Utah Valley came in ready to play. They had a tremendous year. Just watching film on them, I was super impressed just with their connectivity, with the way they play. They're organized on both sides of the ball. Coach does a great job with them. But proud of our group. I thought the game had a lot of adversity to it. We had guys go down with injuries. We faced some foul trouble. We got separation a couple times in the game. Didn't handle it great in the first half or in the second half. But the mark of a good team is the ability to go through some of that stuff and still stay the course and make enough plays late. And we did that, I think, closing the game out on a 19-9 run or something like that. So credit to the guys. We're super happy, excited to live to see another day and play another good team on Sunday in Loyola, Chicago.
Just talking about injuries, how's Tyrone doing? Looked like a pretty severe near injury. And then also Robbie looked like he went down in the final play of the game.
Yeah, don't really have an update on Tyrone. Obviously, we're thinking about him, praying for him. Hopefully it was just a hyperextension and held him out, abundance of precaution. But, we'll evaluate him tonight, tomorrow, and, if his status is that he can't go, it'll be next man up, similar to what we've been doing all year. I think Robbie just got a kind of a hit in the face, and he's fine. He'll be okay. He's tough. But credit to both of those guys because they both impacted winning. Tyrone was close to having a double-double, and, sorry to see him go down. But he'll bounce back, and we'll adjust if he can't go.
And after Tyrone went down, Utah Valley crawled back in the game with a 13-0 run. All the energy in the gym was sucked out. What did you tell your guys during that timeout?
I thought we just needed to refocus a little bit. We lost our way in that segment. I thought Tyrone going down kind of took a little wind out of our sails. But we need to handle that situation a little bit better. But again, credit to our guys for, staying tight-knit and figuring out a way to, get some strength, some stops together. And we made some really big baskets in that stretch. Barry stepped up, made a really big three in front of our bench. Malik made a three, late clock off a switch. And credit to our guys. Again, I can't say enough about them and just the way they've handled adversity time after time this year is a credit to them.
Talk about threes. Lingard hit 4 threes tonight. How much of an advantage is it when you can have shooters just space out the floor?
Yeah, I thought that really opened up the floor for us with his ability to pick and pop. Put some pressure on their ball screen coverages, and then when you have a little, water bug like Ryan kind of weaving around in traffic, I thought our middle of the floor ball screen stuff really gave them some issues in segments of the game. And Ryan and Carl did a great job of just taking what the defense gave them.
Coach, so much of winning at this time of year is just about motivation. Like, you watched a couple of the underseeded teams go out on the road and knock higher-seeded teams around yesterday. What was this group kind of using as their motivation heading into tonight?
Yeah, the best thing I can say about our locker room and our team is, a lot of coaches say this, but this is factual with us. We have guys who just love basketball. And they really don't care what the name across the chest says in terms of who we're playing. They just want the opportunity to play. And some of that comes from our coaching staff. We're extremely competitive, and we bleed that into them. But that's a credit to our team. Our guys in our locker room approaching it the right way. We had the opportunity to play in this tournament last year. It felt like we let a game get away at Cincinnati, and I think our guys really had that in the back of their minds. They wanted to survive in advance and have a chance to continue to play.
Also noticed when, you guys get in the huddle after the handshake line that Ryan was kind of the one leading that. How has he stepped more into this leadership role in the last few weeks?
Yeah, he's like having another assistant coach. I said this in the locker room after the game. I'm always thinking one play ahead in terms of giving our team what we're going to run next possession, and I don't even have to do it. Ryan's telling me what we're going to do, and that's a credit to him. In terms of just how he's built, he's a natural leader. I think being thrust into this role has forced him to be a little bit more vocal. and be a little bit more assertive, and I think that's helped his play. Can't say enough about how proud I am of him. Have all the trust in the world in him. And I said I'm trying to find ways to get him out of the game, but I need him on the floor because he's so important to our team.
Jonathan Mobo was in the house tonight, courtside. What did it mean to you for him to be back in this building?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I wanted to throw him in the game, to be honest with you. Jonathan feels like he was here yesterday. Our first draft pick in forever. And for him to, he watches all our games. He's tapped in with everything we're doing as a program. And for him to, when they have a game tomorrow, come out and, bring Jamal Shed with him and just come and support our team. Can't say enough about, what J-Mo did for our program. What he's doing in the league is pretty cool to see, and he's going to do nothing but continue to develop. But to have him in the house was cool. He was here yesterday and got to spend a lot of time with him, and just really, really proud of him.
So that's 25 wins in the year. That's the most for this team in 43 years. In your 4 years here on the Hilltop, this team has had an NCAA tournament appearance, 2 NIT appearances, and the first draft pick in over 40 years. What does it mean to you to be a part of this run and putting the Dons back to, a level of prominence?
Yeah, I'll probably think about some of that stuff when the season ends. Hopefully that's not for a long time. But just continuing to push our program forward and hopefully continue the trend of the coaches that came before me, the players that came before me, and continue to elevate our program. And, we have aspirations of making USF a national name again, and I don't say that in a cocky way or a boastful way at all, but that's what we're chasing. And going through playing in the postseason, playing in the NIT is just part of our progression in terms of making that next step. So I'm super grateful to be the coach here and have a chance to coach these guys.
And you're set for a rematch with Loyola Chicago. This time around, home court advantage, 17-0 now in this building. Isn't it an advantage to have played them before? And give me a preview of what Sunday's going to look like.
Yeah, they're extremely well coached. I give Coach Valentine a lot of credit because they had some injury issues as well and kind of went through kind of a learning curve after we played them. And he did a great job of, kind of reorganizing them. And getting them back on the right track. They had a great run in the Atlantic 10. They're a different team now than they were when we played them. It feels like that was last season. So we have a lot of film to watch, a lot of stuff to break down in terms of just, giving ourselves the best game plan to come out against a really good team on Sunday and protect home floor. We love playing here. We love our fans. This has become an amazing environment for our guys, and our guys feed off that. So I'd encourage everyone, to come out on Sunday and get behind our guys.